Good morning.
Great morning,
Good
great
morning.
morning. No, grand rising.
Welcome to Miracle Morning Mastermind. We are finishing strong today. I'm super excited. I love it when a simple plan works. Don't you just love it when a simple plan works?
Yes, yes.
When you got a winning plan, you actually work the winning plan, and the winning plan starts working. And it's a beautiful thing. So we've been talking about the winning plan. I don't know how I just changed my name to Coach B lately. I guess I got to log in and fix it on my account. But anyway, the 10 three ways. Who knows pop quiz? What is the 10 equals 2 and 1 formula? What does that mean?
For every 10 people that see something, you'll get one recruit and two memberships.
Yes, that's good. That's good.
And funny thing about that, I just told Nakiba last night so that she wouldn't be discouraged. I said, just remember, for every 10 people that actually see something, two will get
That's
the membership and one will sign up as an associate. And so she had an associate sign up last night.
yes, that's a that formula is a healthy expectation, a healthy target, a healthy average to target. But there's one little phrase that we often leave out of that formula. And it's 10 people who see a presentation with a three-way.
Right, right.
So it's the 10 three-ways that actually ensure that that ratio holds true.
Yes.
And that's important for everybody to know and leverage and focus on, because how many of us have ever had people stuck at first base where they've seen information, but it's not until after the three-way intro that they move towards the next step or the next decision and end up signing up? How many can relate to that?
Yes.
Sir.
So the way I utilize that formula is 10 three-ways, meaning 10 three-ways after the presentation equals 2 and 1. And
Yes.
so when I shifted my standard, and my standard, I didn't have any standards before when it came to three-way. Let's say what my standard was. My standard was when I get to a three-way call with that person, I'll get to that three-way call. That was my standard. That wasn't like I got to do a three-way today. And because I didn't have any urgency with my three-way standard, it was just too easy for it to get put off another day and then another day and then another day. Can anybody relate to this other than me? And then all of a sudden, days have passed by and that person never got to second base. And then weeks, days become weeks, weeks become months. I know I'm not the only one, right? And so uh, when I look at all the moments where I had the most recruiting happening, it's always been somehow, some way, I had an urgency, consciously or unconsciously. I had an urgency, and I was quickly moving people from first base to second base, first base to second base, first base to second base. Something about second base just accelerates people to the next step, to the next
Mm-hmm.
decision. In baseball, they call it hitting a double. Two doubles a day will bring massive recruits your way. Getting two people to second base every day will automatically turn on your recruiting machine. So, so yesterday, um, I surpassed 10 three-ways for the week. And it's so interesting. Without focus on getting recruits, I I get more recruits when I'm not focused on getting recruits. I'm just focused on doing more three-way intros. I want to say that again. I get more recruits when I'm not focused on getting recruits. I'm just focused on doing more three-way intros. So I have a new associate that signed up yesterday, and he's got a new associate signing up today. And it all came from me just focused on keeping my commitment to myself and the commitment that I put out to you all about my new standard. I decided to be the type of person who gets mine done early. And my new standard, how many of y'all know my standard when it comes to what time I do my three-ways by? I'm just curious. How many of you know my standard for myself?
I do.
Who knows my standard? What is it? Oh,
Get your 2 to 5 before a certain time in the morning.
right. I'm saying, do you know my
Coach is
time?
8:30.
8:30. Yes.
a.m.
Isn't that interesting? How do you all know my standard?
You shared it with us
Because you share it
Only once?
multiple times.
over and over.
Uh-huh. And so that's a good tip. If a bunch of people don't know your standard, you're probably not doing it right. Or you haven't done it long enough yet. If you really have a standard, other people know what it is. So how quickly can you get lots of people to know what your standard is? But guess what that also does for me? That's multiple layers of accountability. Multiple layers of accountability. It keeps me in the rhythm. So when it's almost 8:30, my body feels when it's 8 o'clock and my alarm start going on. Hey, it's already 8 o'clock. You you told everybody you were gonna get it done before 8:30, and that urgency kicks in like, oh my gosh, I gotta get it done. I gotta get it done. That's all I'm focused on. Who are the two people I'm getting on this three-way intro today? And what can I say that would make sense to put them in a three-way intro? That's it. That's it. I'm not overthinking it. I'm not overcomplicating it. I just have an urgency to keep my standard. And it feels so good, by the way. The first 3 days was uncomfortable. And now it's like a game. Now it's like a rush. It's like, oh, I'm getting it done. I'm keeping my streak. I'm keeping my points, my track record. I'm on a streak. I'm keeping my mojo. And it's my new life. It's just like it's no different than once you start a job, the first day on the job, first few days, if you're not even used to driving that direction or commuting that way, or taking public transportation if you're in the big city, or you're being very conscious about your directions because you're not used to it yet on the job. But after a few days, you settle into a routine, and it just becomes your new routine. Like, oh, okay, this is how I go to work every day, and this is what I do when I get to work every day, and it becomes your new normal, and you don't even have to think about it anymore. After about 5 days, I figured out, oh, okay, this is how I find two people to do a three-way intro with. Normally, if I'm in a bind and I'm in a rush, okay, this is my go-to when I'm in a rush to find it. Okay, this is what I say. I just started getting my bearings, and I found like 3 different ways to do a three-way intro. Whether it's somebody that I was talking to about networking events, and I realized instead of me telling them when the next networking events, I can let my three-way expert tell them when the next three-way event. That's called an event confirmation three-way. An event confirmation three-way. So instead of me saying, yes, there's an event on tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. or Zoom tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I can let the three-way expert say that for me and use that as an excuse to put them in the three-way intro text. Hey, Miss Carnes, group text. Miss Carnes, I'd like to introduce you to my new colleague, George. I was sharing with him about networking event coming up. Would you please share with him the next networking event coming up in your area? Or I was sharing with him about some work from home opportunities. Would you please share with him when the next Zoom is coming up? It was just an excuse to move people from first base to second base effectively. And I'm telling you, I've had multiple people this week alone that never responded back to me. But now that they're in a three-way text, they've responded to my three-way expert. Isn't that something? They never responded to me after we met. After we met, I might have sent them a video or whatever it was. They never responded again. But something about that three-way text, something about third party changes the game. So I'm excited. More three ways equal more paydays. So there's event confirmation three ways. There are, and in the book Building an Empire, it talks about multiple three ways, by the way, different types of three ways in the book Building an Empire. There are, what else? So networking events, I mentioned that one. Whether I'm inviting them to a networking event or inviting them to a Zoom, whether it's for work from home purposes or networking purposes. Those are like my four go-tos. Either I'm introducing them because there's a networking opportunity and I want somebody to let them know when the next one is, or work from home opportunity and I want somebody to let them know when the next event is, online or in person. Those are like my two go-tos, but I'm getting those three-way texts in and it's a beautiful thing. So 10 equals 2 and 1. 10 three ways equals 2 and 1. So it's how fast can I get to 10 three ways? And 2 3 ways a day is 10 three ways a week. 2 a day is 10 a week. So my standard is taking care of the recruiting part. And now I'm starting to get caught up with all these people that I had stuck at first base that I never had a three-way intro with. And I'm just going back. Oh, here's a big tip. Big tip on the three-way intro. What about the people that you haven't spoken to in a long time? I didn't have time to try to break the ice all over again and move that person into a three-way intro. So I was asking my brain, and we all have one, what could I say that would make sense in a three-way intro with somebody I haven't spoken to in a while, and they might not even remember who I am? Help me out with that? Let me ask you all. I had somebody I met at the airport weeks and weeks and weeks ago who probably wouldn't remember who I am. He never responded to my text. I did send him some info, but he never responded, probably never looked at it, probably doesn't even remember me because, it's been so many weeks. But I wanted to put him in a three-way text. I was coming up on my 8:30 deadline. What could I say in that three-way text that would make sense? Help me out. And I'm just asking you to use your own creativity, your own logic. I'm not asking you about a system or whatever somebody else said. Using your own logic, what's something that I could say that would make sense? Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
Good morning, all. Rick Smith, North Louisiana, Bell Power Team. I'm an executive director. I'm also executive director maker. And what I would do is thank them for their patience and let them know that you've been busy being productive and you want to follow up with them and see are they open and basically include them in it. Basically get it done, regardless of what I come up with. Is get it done, and that way you can't. After it's done, you did the hard part. It's out of your hands. So just get it done and get it over with, and move on to the next. And that's how I look at it.
I love it. So what I love about what you said is what Mr. Smith said is it doesn't just get it done. He's not worried about it being perfect. He's worried about getting it done. He's focused about getting it done. Let's show some love for Mr. Smith. Woo woo.
Yes,
Woo-hoo,
yes,
Mr.
Ricky.
Smith.
Just
Get
do it.
it
Just
done.
do it. Yes.
That's the most important
Get
tip
it
right
done.
there. Just get it done. Because
Mhm.
guess what? After you do it, you're gonna figure out how to do it even better the next time, and how to do it better next time. And I'm gonna share with you all how to do it without even apologizing. And you don't even have to bring up the fact that it's been a while. I'll give you all the tip in a second. Who else? What can I say?
I would
And that's
probably.
in there.
This is
Mhm.
Laverne Water, Missouri City, Texas. I'm an executive director and an executive director maker on the Pam Carnes team. I would go back and say, hey, um, did you ever get a chance to watch that video I sent you a while back?
And I'm talking about in a three-way text.
In a
How can I
straight
go
to
straight to a three-way intro? What could I say in the three-way intro without making it two separate steps?
two separate steps. Okay.
You
Well,
want to come back to me?
in a three-way chat, in a three-way chat, I'll say, hey, don't forget to give me your feedback for my business partner and I,
Okay,
whether or
good
not they
stuff.
looked at it or not.
Okay,
Cause
interesting.
yeah, cause then they can say, well, I never got it, I never saw it, or whatever, but hopefully they'll respond to just respond.
Okay, good stuff. Let's show some love for Miss Laverne Moore. Woo woo.
Woo-woo. Go, Miss Laverne. I'd like to go, Coach. This is Ellen Jefferson in Washington, D.C. I'm on the Boone team. I am an executive director and an executive director maker. I would probably say, hello, so and so. Not sure if you remember me. We met at the such and such airport. I'm really excited about an event in your area. And then I'd also say something like, I'd like to introduce you to a colleague of mine in that city. And Ms. Carnes, I'd like to introduce you to so-and-so whom I met at the airport. If you could please tell them about your upcoming event, that would be great.
Very good, very good. Everybody make some noise for Miss Jefferson. Woo
Yes, Miss
woo.
Jefferson, great, great,
Ms.
great.
Jefferson,
That's actually very close to almost verbatim what I said in the text. But when I first started typing it, I was typing. I don't know if you remember me, or it was kind of apologetic. And then after I read it, before I hit send, I went, "Oh, I don't have to apologize or say that. I could just say it was great meeting you a few weeks ago at the airport." That's it. Like that. I don't have to say I'm sorry or whatever. There's no apology needed. I just made it a positive statement. It was great meeting you at the airport a few weeks ago. But the whole message read something like, um, um, it's I always start with group text dot 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 when it's a group text, so they know it's a group text. And then I said, Mr. Hall, um, it was great meeting you a few weeks ago at the Dallas airport, um, where you were telling me about what you do in risk management and financial services for um, uh, the accounting firm that he worked with. And then I said, um, Ms. Carnes, I'd like to introduce you to Ms. Carnes, former CEO, former CFO of a GE division, because they can relate. They're both high level execs, and now executive with PPLSI. And I said, Mrs. Carnes, would you please share with Mr. Hall the next Zoom webinar available, I think we may be able to refer business to each other. Send. So this is a person that never responded to me. He probably got busy or didn't remember me or just busy, just life. Never responded to my messages, but sure enough, right away, he responded that he wasn't available for the Zoom that evening because he had a previous commitment, but he'd be open to a call, a brief call to learn about what we offer. Boom, the power of a three-way text. What do you all take away from that?
Yes, we definitely do.
I definitely love just going straight to the three-way text as opposed to triggering a conversation between just them and me, because at that point they can still not say anything. To just go straight into the three-way chat and it's like, oh, okay, somebody else is involved in this. Let me respond. So I definitely like that a lot better because I have
Me
quite a
too.
few of those.
Is that helpful?
Definitely.
Yeah, yes.
Who else? Anything you picked up?
Yes, Coach, I really, I think one of the secret sauce in that message was there may be a way for us to refer each other business or
What's
something.
what's in it for him,
What's
right?
in it for him? Yes,
And not actually what's in it mutually. Because sometimes
mutually.
if we only say what's in it to the other person, they're still skeptical about what's in it for us. But if we can share what's in it for them and what's in it for us, it makes sense with them. And they're like, oh, okay, there's no hidden agenda that I have to figure out. Sometimes people are skeptical because we're not transparent about what's in it for both of us. And once we remove that by being transparent, here's what's in it for you potentially. Here's what's in it for us potentially. They can let their guard down and they don't have to be trying to figure out, well, what's the angle? You know, what is it for them? So that's why I like to communicate what is the win-win, you know? And I love the networking approach, especially with professionals. I always think about, okay, even if they're not interested, what could be a benefit for us to talk? Write that down, everybody. Even if they're not interested themselves, what would be, why might it still be beneficial for us to talk or for them to look at the information, for us to connect? And when you make a list of those things, now you sound normal. Now people can let their guard down and they're not like trying to figure it out on their own. Sometimes that skepticism is simply because we haven't been clear about our intentions in a way that is mutually rewarding for them. Anybody else? What you took away from this today?
I like this, Coach. This is Deidre Glover, Houston, Texas, Carnes Power Team. I'm an executive director and executive director maker. I like this last one here, where to make it a win-win approach, letting them know what's in it for them and for me. Um, Even if they're not interested, that kind of lets them off the hook and lets them know that, hey, I could, it's something in it for me as well as something in it for them. And I'd like, if you don't mind, you to tell me again, what verbiage did you say, or is it on the CEO Born CEO page
I can
dot
put,
com?
if you like, I can post it in the Facebook chat.
Would you? Yes. So I can see that, if you don't mind, because I like that. I have some people I still need to reach out to when we went to the Small Business Expo 2 weeks ago, and I think that would really help.
Awesome. Yes, and people from a small business expo, if you just go to the inviting scripts,
Inviting.
um,
Okay.
yeah, click on inviting at the website, or and in the inviting scripts, you will see at the bottom networking, what to say for networking events. And that script is we either met networking, hello, such and such, we either met networking or ran across your business card somewhere, or I ran across your business card at the expo. Are you ever open to networking uh, to see if we can refer business to each other. So you'll see that script in the inviting section for
Thank you.
professionals.
Thank you.
And then once they say yes, you can put them in a three-way text, or if you wanted to go straight to the three-way text and your expert is okay with that, you might say such and such. You can use that similar approach like I just said, which is why you asked. And then ask somebody, could they share what the upcoming networking events are in the area as well. Where business professionals are super easy because most of them are looking to network, and all you're doing is connecting them with someone that can lead them to a networking opportunity if they're open to it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So here's what I want everybody to leave everybody with today. How did I discover all that? What made me discover all that?
Just being in activity and doing it.
And what made me get an activity with
I would think
urgency?
Commitment
What was my commitment?
to your standards.
your 3 ways by 8:30.
Exactly. If I was, the only reason I discovered all that is because I kept my commitment to getting 2 3-ways done by 8:30. And I had to, and I figured everything else in the process. Every day I've learned something new, a little tweak. Oh, I could tweak that. I could do that. It all comes in the activity, but the activity comes from the commitment to the standard. So my challenge is commit to your standard. Let 3, 4 more people know what your standard is. Make a firm commitment to it and just decide, you know what? I want to be that kind of boss. I'm the boss. Like I feel like a boss. I'm like, I don't know how many days in a row. I'm more than 10 days in a row or of consistency of the days that I committed to. I'm consistent to committing to my new standard. And I'm like, why was I making this such a big deal? It's 2 text messages. That's 2 text messages. Like, and I'm like, oh, this is a whole new way to live and it's way more productive. And my recruiting numbers, I'm going to probably close out the month with 5 or more recruits because of the 3 ways, 2 3-ways a day.
Yes.
Who's ready to have 5 or more recruits before the end of this month?
Yes,
Me.
before the end of this week.
Who's willing to commit to a minimum of 2 3-way texts a day?
I am.
I am.
Let's do it. Be loud and proud about it. Get with each other and say, hey, can we do 3-way texts for each other? I have my brand new team member, Monica, is doing 3-way texts for me as the expert. She hasn't even been in 3 weeks. And she's doing 3-way texts for me because all she's doing is confirming somebody for the event. So I sent her what I wanted her to reply. And then I put her in a 3-way text. Ms. Harris, would you please share with such and such? I want to introduce you to such and such in Pittsburgh, California. Would you please share with him the next event in the area? And then I sent her the answer in advance. All she has to do is respond. Absolutely. Great to meet you. Here's the event. Can you make it? That's it. So she's doing 3-way texts for me. She's been in for 3 weeks.
Wow.
So how many people can you get to be a 3-way workout partner for you? It doesn't just have to be your upline. Get together with each other and start doing 3-way texts for each other. And let's have some fun because more 3-ways equals more paydays. Love y'all. ED equals?
Every day.
Every day.
What time is it?
Ring
Ring
time.
Time.
Have a